All right, welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I'm actually going to set up here. I'm going to just do a few before and after shots. This is the kind of the north portion of my property. You can see here there's a lot of wood lying around the property there. You can see those trees and whatnot that have all fallen down. I want to get all that stuff cleared up so it's kind of looking like this. That's what I've already done this area here. This was all covered with the same type of debris. So I'm going to leave the bigger trees, and I'm going to leave a few of the smaller maples and some of the oak trees that are growing up there, because like I said, when I take down some of these trees for firewood later, these little trees are going to be coming up in the back. And so whether I'm around to actually enjoy those trees or my children or the next person, we're actually going to have some trees there all ready to go because they're already growing. And so I just look at, you know, what kind of tree they are and kind of select which ones I want to keep. And so this is the kind of the area. So you can see, like I said, the before. It just has a lot of debris there. That area is quite thick up in there. I probably will leave a lot of that up in there. It's not as important, but this is kind of the last area of my property that I haven't cleared out a lot of the underbrush. But I'm going to work away at that over the next couple days, and like I said, just kind of pull around here. There's a few deadfalls there laying on the ground, and some vines that are wild grapevines. Of course, you have to be careful with poison ivy. I'll be doing a video on how to handle poison ivy here in the next few days, because I actually got into it earlier this summer, and I have pretty good remedy for how to work with poison ivy, and if you get it, kind of a fast way of actually getting rid of it. And you can actually see them on some of the vines going up the trees. There's some over there. Those are typical poison ivy, and some of those are also wild grape. So the wild grapes are fine, so I'm told, but the poison ivy, you want to be careful. All right, so kind of look at the before and after. Like, you'll see kind of the debris here everywhere, and then I'll give you an update here in a few hours. And so until next time, until we come back, we will see you in a bit. Okay, it is coming up next to the end of the day, and that's the area down there that I had done previously. And so that earlier video I showed you was over in here, and it was covered with trees, and I've got pretty much over to here. I didn't go up into that area yet. Felled a couple trees that were dead, but I basically worked on this area, about a 30 by 40, 50 foot area here this afternoon. Cleared this all down and got all of the old logs out. They're up on the fire. We've burnt most everything. So that's the main road up there. That's one of the big pine trees right there that I want to cut down eventually. It's right alongside the road, so bad place for it to be. And like I said, hopefully tomorrow, if it's good, I'll work up in that area and try to get that cleaned up, and we'll pick this up with another video tomorrow, and I'll show you the progress. Until then, see you later. Okay, welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. This is Friday, October, the 14th, somewhere around there. Don't have my watch on, but you can see I am burning a lot of wet stuff today. It's smoldering, so what I thought I would do, I've cleaned up all of that pile over there. So that's all gone, that's on the pile. So what I thought I would do is I would take you around and show you kind of what I did the last several hours here. Last time we videoed was yesterday, just before quitting time, and I had been working over in that area directly ahead over in there. So what I did today was clear a little bit more up into that area, up into there. We cleared up there. Just got a couple trees up there, deadfalls, bigger ones that I've got to take out. But over here we cleared all of this area up in here today. There's a bunch of sawdust there. You can see again that these are all nice tall pine trees that are going to come down. Took out a lot of the wild grapevines. There was a pile of them right here in front of me. Kind of see some of it I've been raking. It's really hard to rake in here because of the vines. I found them extremely difficult to work around, but I was trying to get clear around the base of all of my pine trees, kind of rake down around them so I can get ready. When I cut them down, I won't have anything around me to trip, and especially when I'm running a chainsaw, that's not good. So pretty much everything in this area, there's a few bushes down in here I've got to cut down with the shears, but all of the big stuff is taken up, as is the big stuff over here. Pretty much all now pretty freewheeling. So tomorrow I think I'll go over to the other side of the driveway over there and work. A change is as good as a rest, they say. So again, you can look around. Those two trees right there are the last two big ones I've got to clear out. I think I'll leave a lot of this undergrowth there. There's a lot of nice little maples and stuff there, that some of the smaller ones I could transplant if I wanted to put some maple trees, you know, kind of transplant and put them exactly on the lawn where I want them. Only thing is, we've got a couple big pine trees up in there that I've got to get down, and so I've got to have, I guess there's about 3 up in there. So I'm sure some of these small trees will be sacrificed when they come down through, but we'll try to follow them all in the same general direction down the hill here, so it won't be killing or knocking everything over. But anyway, we will pick this up tomorrow. I have to quit a little bit early tonight. Got a function with my son. But as you can see, it's coming along nicely. And hopefully within the next, probably if I had about 16 hours, counting tomorrow. So about tomorrow, another full day, I'd have most of the major clearing done, and we'd be ready for the sawmill and ready to take the trees down. So I will keep you posted on the progress that we're making. And until then, have a great day, and I will see you on our next recording. If you like it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll continue videoing. Okay, today is Monday, October 18th. We have been working here for the last couple days. Took Sunday off, but we've been doing a lot of clearing or cleaning up. You've seen this before. That's my daughter Maddie out there running. We had cleaned up in that area. We did that on Friday, and we'd worked over in that other area on Thursday of last week. And so as far as the actual lower side of the drive, this is where I started focusing on Saturday. And if you recall in my earlier post in this video, I showed you down in this area, and the property was really, there was a lot of logs and stuff in here and debris. And so what I've done is I cleaned up all of this stuff over in there on Saturday, and then also cleaned up more stuff down in that whole run down through there. This is where the water runs down through off the property. And so that side hill is pretty much done, and the trees, most of those trees over in this area we're going to leave. It's just the pines that are right here where Maddie's walking around that we are going to take down for the house. I haven't decided whether I'm going to leave any of the smaller ones yet. Just depends on how we pan out on the number of trees that we actually end up needing. Now as far as what's left here, you can see this is what I'm working on this evening. I'm trying to clean up the debris down through here. This is the remnants of the logs of the trees that had fallen over here. Or had been fallen. They put them down. The previous landowner actually had them cut, and they just pushed them down several years ago and let them rot. And so I'm trying to clean up the property so I can kind of see what I need for bulldozing and landscaping later. I mean, any way you look at it, this is going to be sloped down here towards this lower part on this end, but I want to try to get it as smooth as possible, because some of those have some pretty deep cuts down in around those pines where I don't know whether it's the water has actually moved the dirt over a period of time, kind of washed it out. And kind of, as I come around here, you'll be able to see this a little better. There's a little bit of debris down here still. I'm not sure whether I'm going to take it out or just bury it over eventually. Some people had thrown some debris down in there. But you can kind of see over in this area where there's cuts coming down through, kind of where Maddie is standing right in front of her. It's quite a deep ravine there between those two pine trees right in there. There's quite a deep ravine. But now this all here is pretty much cleared up, other than some you know, taller grass and stuff, but that could be weed whacked down. I also cut down, there was a stump here, big pine tree, and that was the tree that we're seeing here, the pieces of it that we're still cleaning up. So I figure between tonight and tomorrow morning I should have the rest of this area pretty much cleared up, and the cleaning of debris will be just about done, and we'll be pretty much ready for our sawmill to start sawing out the lumber up on the flat there where we have our lumber. And so the good news is I can see the end of the cleanup, and it's been a long haul. Almost every spare moment that I've had between the end of July and now mid-October just to get the stuff cleaned up that we've done. It's something that when you're buying a piece of property, especially this size, it's a little over 2 acres, that's wooded, you've got a fair amount of stuff you've got to deal with, because it's not just enough to leave it wooded if you're going to try to develop lawns and whatnot. You've got to be able to clean up all of that debris, and if you hire someone to come in and do that, that's going to cost quite a bit of money. And so this is, again, one way you can put in sweat equity into your property is to do a lot of this labor yourself. Literally all I've used, other than my pickup a little bit, I have used a wheelbarrow and a rake and a chainsaw and some shears, and that's pretty much all I've done, used to get to this point. And so as far as the investment, other than a couple chains for the chainsaw, not a lot of investment. I think I've gone through about 4 gallons of gas for the chainsaw, so 2 2-gallon fill-ups, and I'm on my 3rd gallon of chain oil. So all told, that may be about $40–50 worth of fuel and oil to bring the land to this point. And so I'm going to sign off and do some more cleanup here tonight. I'll probably post this video later tonight. But until the next time, when I give you kind of an update on the completed job as far as on the cleanup, and maybe when we get the wheelbarrow or the bandsaw here, the portable mill, and start working on it, that's probably going to be my next major posting. But I do have a couple small posts I'm going to make here in a bit. If you've ever had problems with poison ivy, well, guess what? I've got some cures for you. Anyway, until that time, from the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman, we will see you next time, and I pray that what we are videoing will be of help to you. Until then, see ya.
Bye. It's very